care
women,
more about
can men and women just be friends?
money than a relationship.
I don't give a if she was a homie. But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life.
Men versus women. Do men think differently about dating?
Men and women cannot just be friends.
definitely
3,
can.
2, 1.
Cannot just be friends.
He's still deciding, but I'll go ahead.
So what
There's
is it?
always this
Okay.
underlying current to a man and a woman when they're just friends, because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And
Yeah,
men,
always there,
as you
but it
know,
doesn't mean you have to-
you guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend, sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable, and maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if the man is like,
No, I mean, as a man, you're gonna have the temptations regardless. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my friends, like, I think about it, but if it ever came up, like, there's definitely people I would say no.
Not attracted to women, just like generally.
Wait. So men and cannot just be friends. So she's saying she strongly agrees they cannot be friends. Okay.
It's like not attracted to women, just like generally. Do you think that's still
You mean if they take a different
like a gay man and
sexual orientation
and a woman being friends?
Well, I think that's different, perhaps because they're attracted
Well, it's
to
not
men. So
different.
in that
It's just
moment,
men
they
can
they
and
have
men
taken
and
on the
women be
feminine
friends.
energy.
so they only want to conquer the men, not the women.
Well, in that there's always masculine and feminine
She's smart. She asked a smart ass question. She said
different, perhaps
that's not
because
different at all. 'Cause it's just
they're
asking
attracted to
men and
men.
women
So in
can
that
be
moment,
friends.
they have taken
That's-
on the feminine energy.
So they only want to conquer the men, not the women.
Well, in that, there's always masculine and feminine energy, whether you're a man or woman. So if the man is gay and identifies as being attracted to men, then he's in a feminine energy, mostly. Now, if there's two of them, there's one that's more masculine and more
She's like,
feminine, but
what?
that's for another.
Two of my best friends are women. We have great times together all the time. Not once have I considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Ever?
No. But that's the thing is though.
In
that's
their
why,
darkest hour, in your darkest hour, come on.
No.
Because you started off
Because
as
we started off as
non-attractive.
friends and
I feel
then
like-
this is like
I mean, I can't sit here and say he's lying, but I feel like it's very hard to have a friend, a female friend that you've never thought about smashing, unless she's like ugly or chopped or something like that, or she's a hoe or something like that. Even if she's a hoe, I feel like you definitely still think about it. So I don't know, but it's definitely hard to never think about fucking them. Even if you don't want to fuck them, I feel like it's definitely hard to never think about it.
I said, I
lot
was
of-
never attracted to them.
A lot of relationships start like that today, even though I discourage it. They say, I'm not attracted to them, but it'll grow. And I'm always like, it can happen.
It can, but
But the odds of it, so I agree with you on that as
yeah,
well.
that's why I'm like, I do
Slim to
understand
none.
and I get it, but two of my best friends are women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, you're gonna do, and I'm like, it's not.
You never know.
Yeah,
Life is a long time.
Are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
But hold on,
It
like
does
just like generally speaking, like your
Yes.
girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like,
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I
Repeat.
was
Yeah,
never
life
there.
is a long time.
are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
But hold on,
does
like
depend on
just like generally speaking, like your
Yes.
girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like,
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about intimacy.
Well, that's why.
Wait, so you getting played. So you ain't worried about you, man.
He's like getting it, so he doesn't need it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If-
But if you was lonely and you wasn't getting it though, and your friend was throwing it
and
at
I
you
you,
guess that's
throwing yourself at
that's
you?
a different situation. That's what I'm saying.
that's
I
what
know
I'm saying.
I'm
Bro,
an
you belong
outlier.
over here though.
Well, no, because them throwing themselves at him is different than them just being friends.
Come
No.
to the dark side.
If he's not
okay.
attracted, if we're not attracted,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just
like,
friends.
it's just friends,
friends.
yeah.
As a straight, very monogamous man, I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women. I've never been like a bro, rah, 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 that type of thing. So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often, and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship because we're men and women. We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not.
Type shit.
So my perspective
W answer.
is from kind of a Christian worldview. I believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction, to be one. And so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had some extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around their family, around kids, what they do for work, what they do for school, developing that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, she's just a body. Yeah, she's just a piece of meat. You develop that
She's just a
emotional
piece of meat.
attraction, that emotional
Which is
relationship.
why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark
Can you not?
side.
I would ask.
Because I completely agree with you on that. From
Can
the
you
same
love-
Christian
Yes.
standpoint, 100%.
I guess.
This is like a secret weapon. It's
all this wouldn't all this just
Arcade by
depend
Output, one of the greatest
on-
plugins that I've ever used.
Like wouldn't, because everyone was gonna be different. Because there are some. I guess it depends on like. Hold on. Because if you just think about it, can men and women be friends? Yes, but it's also just gonna depend on the person. Because like, say it's like a completely asexual person, they're probably not gonna have they're not gonna have a problem being friends with either gender. But if it's like a nigga who's horny 24/7, like whatever, yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to be friends with like a female and stuff like that. So I think it generally depends on.
Wait, hold up.
On what's it called? On the person itself and their self-control.
Have you been sleeping all right? I haven't, which is why I'm so glad that I found Nero. If you haven't heard of Nero, they're known for their energy and focused functional gum and mints that give you a balanced boost of energy and enhanced focus. And I'm here to share that their newest edition, the Sleep and Recharge Melt-Away Mint, is launching on January 8th. They're made with your favorite cozy sleep time aids like melatonin, chamomile, elderberry, and more to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling refreshed. Also, did you know that your regular melatonin gummies use a heat process to manufacture their products? That results in the breakdown of melatonin, resulting in them adding more melatonin than the intended dose. But Nero uses a Thanks so much to Nero for sponsoring this episode, and now let's get back to it.
I would date someone I do not find physically attractive.
Oh, I would date someone who I would date someone who I do not find physically attractive. I think I would be in the disagree. Well, no. I don't know, because old me, I've dated a big girl before who I wasn't really attracted to her body. I'll be honest. But me now, realizing now how I am, now I definitely would be over here. And it's not because like, oh, she needs to be perfect. She needs to have curves, this and a third. It's just, I'm a big dude. I work out and shit. So why am I gonna wanna go cuddle up with like a bone thug and shit? I want a nice thick bitch. You know what I'm saying? Mind the bitch part. I want a thick woman. You know what I'm saying? I want a thick girl. I like to lay down on feel some cushion, grab, smack her ass, feel some meat, not feel no bone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just like me a thick girl. You know what I'm saying?
I would date someone I do not find physically attractive.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, man. Like, you want to say something first?
I do it all the time because there's a lot you don't just from.
Wait, what?
Like,
Oh yeah.
you want to say something first?
I do it all the time because there's a lot you don't just from the physicalness. It's like sometimes there's some people that I learned just by not going in based off physical attraction. I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality, and looks can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite end.
And I do think he's right. But like, I don't know. If I'm not attracted to like your face, it's gonna be very hard for me to conversate with you if you're ugly. Like, especially like if you have a gap. Like, I know you can't control that unless you get like teeth surgery or what's it called? Whatever it's called. Braces. But if you got a gap, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you. That's all I'm gonna look at. I can't. I wouldn't be able to.
Where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on a date with.
I feel like
Oh my God, yes. The amount of women that are 10s that are beautiful, but they got that little I am the shit, I'm the boss bitch attitude, and they swear it. And there's nothing wrong with feeling yourself, but they do it too much where it makes their whole personality ugly. They don't want to talk to you because they feel like you're less than them and all this. It's like, bro, you are human. If I stab you right now, you're gonna bleed just as I bleed. Like stop coming out your neck like that.
Possibly been on a date with.
I feel like you can definitely not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get to know them.
Yeah,
I feel like at that point, like once I like someone's personality romantically, I probably also think they're attractive.
I would say that for some, it's not a reflection on your character, how weighted appearance versus personality might be. It differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences, and I think that a certain element of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the whole package by any means. Right.
It's the very first impression you get of most people.
Yes.
It's
Because
literally the first thing you see.
you meet someone and you can't hear their voice first thing most of the time. You just see them. And you're like, oh, that person's attractive. Or like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody.
And honestly,
but me personally,
I think, you know what?
would not be with someone I don't find
Let
attractive.
me hold that thought.
So I gotta give context here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, then
That's crazy.
Cause I met a girl that had nice pictures.
See, but if you get
when I seen him-
catfish though, she straight up just lied to you, knowing you're gonna link. She just lied to you. That's definitely a red flag, bro. You're tripping.
person, she was a little bit bigger than I prefer, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, everyone can have nice pictures today.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with being.
Nah, she hit that wrong number, and anybody could, cause bro, there's some people that are in person that are just not that good looking that I see them post on Instagram, and I'm like, bro, how you doing this?
A bit bigger, but
You-
for preference
Where you getting these angles from?
sake, I wasn't really feeling it. But her personality is what got me. And then I started entertaining it. So, right, even though I got catfished, I actually considered, taking her seriously.
And I also date, like, sometimes I really try this because it's led to some great people I've got to meet along the way. I will date outside of my preferences just to see what that's like.
If you're not initially attracted to that person and have a strong sexual attraction, then it's not going to work because we know that relationships get worse, not better. That's like, I don't know, I think it's a recipe for a disaster.
Cheating is the worst thing my partner could do to me.
Cheating?
3, 2, 1.
Before they all go, I think cheating is the worst possible thing. Nah, definitely killing me. Strongly disagree, killing me. What y'all think, Chad? What y'all think?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Disaster.
Cheating is the worst thing my partner could do to me. So this is strongly agree and this is strongly disagree. Agree, middle, somewhat disagree. Cheating is the worst thing my partner could do to me. I would say no, they could fucking kill you. Nah, definitely not. Cause I've seen so many. Yeah, nah. What do y'all think, Chad? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. But
Cheating is the worst thing
nah,
my partner could do to me.
Cheating is definitely not.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I feel like there's like probably worse things like in theory that a partner could do to their partner, but just because that's such an important aspect for me and like I feel like my partners in the past have like been very aware that that was like something that I actively would not do. I feel like that would just that adds like an extra element of evil
Yeah, I mean, my mind goes.
Okay.
Goes to marriage. I mean, you know, when you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything, through highs and lows. And I mean, if you do something like cheating, it's basically like, screw this love, this wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God mean nothing. I think for a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating. I mean,
100%. And it's one of the 10 commandments too. It's like, do not commit adultery.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the worst thing, because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically, there's worse things, like they could kill you, which would probably be the worst thing, because then like, you're not even in the picture.
What I said, bro.
But,
Exactly what I said.
so I'm kind of like, you know, but I would say that would like destroy me, and I would never even think about something like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I was actually cheated on a few, like 4 or 5 months ago. I struggled with self-esteem so much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. That destroyed any chance I had at self-love at that time. And it was just devastating for me. Like, it really was just devastating, because it didn't just destroy that relationship, it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had built up.
And trust me, I understand what bro is saying, but I also feel like cheaters are gonna cheat whether you like it or not. Cheaters are gonna cheat even if they love you, or if they're dumb, or they're smart, whatever the fuck. You can't just judge your character off the fact that they cheated, which I completely understand why you would do it. But people are gonna cheat for whatever fucking reason. They'll just cheat because they want to. It doesn't have to. Sometimes it doesn't even have to do with you.
Based on other people's validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah, so that's why I'm over here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is f***ed up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown that. Bro, I had over $250,000 stolen from me this year, bro. And that put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine, if my partner stole that money from me, or she was just a homie, I'd be more mad about the money, you feel me, right?
I don't have that money to be stolen.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
But because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so I don't give a f if she was a homie. If she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that'll fix my life. You know?
Nah, yeah, having $250,000 stolen from you is crazy. What?
Right? So my whole thing is, when we talking about the prompt, is cheating the worst thing that a partner could do for me? I've been cheated on before. The first time I was cheated on, bro, I was petty. I was in high school, bro. I drove all the way to the crib and told her mom what she was doing with me. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I was vengeful. But now I just be like, you know, so many people do it. There's worse things that they happen. Like, if you kill my mom, I'd be more mad rather than you f***ing a homie.
The sanctity of marriage is supposed to be till death do us part. That doesn't mean if your carnal flesh gave in and you had, you know, an indiscretion that you're able to hit the door running. No, that means there's work to be done. We have problems. For me, I think it actually can be the best thing, because it's a sign that there is a huge problem in the relationship that needs fixed. Most sex is not emotional. So it's just a bodily act that animals do, and you're going to blow up a marriage or a relationship with children over sex? To
The question is cheating? Oh,
Me, I think that is ridiculous.
But
and
sex-
shows-
You could say that about the person doing the cheating too.
I've been cheated on, so I have been cheated on.
Well, so you think that's something you could like, oh, you have gotten over it?
I have gotten over it. If my husband cheats on me, of course I'd be devastated. I'm human, I bleed just like all y'all too, but I'd be like, damn, like, what's the problem here? What's the issue?
See, but that's-
and can we
Why don't
solve
you just,
this?
Why don't you just talk? Like
Well,
if you guys are
yeah.
married and you
Yeah.
have that emotional
I feel like there's like
relationship,
there's things before that.
happen though. We know that people don't.
I think we should work to changing that.
We should,
Instead
but
of
that doesn't mean
accepting-
I'm going to unconditionally love you just because you went and had an indiscretion. I wouldn't do that to my son. My son F's up all the time and does crazy shit. I'm like, where on God's green earth did you learn that? That doesn't mean I stopped loving him.
For men, I feel like we take cheating a lot more personally
We
as
do.
opposed to women. It
I
comes
think
with to the ego.
People's boundaries are all different. So if you have perhaps been with no or less partners and then you get married, to learn that that person cheated would be proportionally much more devastating to someone who's had maybe a lot of relationship experience and therefore that's more of an active part in their life. So I think that everyone's boundaries are different. So for some people, I have seen them get
I get
over
what she's
it.
kinda saying.
I know for me personally, I would say that I'm a woman that would take that devastatingly seriously and would not look lightly at it. So it depends on the person's boundaries.
If you had children and
That's
if you
what
had
I
a
was saying,
family
yeah.
involved, you would break up your family over a man's one-time indiscretion.
Yes.
That
But
would adversely affect your child and possibly send her to the stripper pole.
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable answering that question because I feel like it's making a lot of.
That, yeah,
But
that
this
feels
is
like
what
an escalation
happens.
a
This is
little
But
bit.
what
I
happens.
feel like that
We don't
that
want to
just
answer
shows
those questions.
I get what she's saying, but that was just a crazy way to put it. Like, damn, it's not no. You can't. She said you can't even. We know you can't raise her right. She's going straight to the pole.
But
that shows
I
an
would say-
example onto the kids, like, oh, this is not that bad of a thing.
Yeah. And I think that like somebody cheating on you is more than just like a physical thing. Like that's a break of trust. And I feel like if you can't have that trust in someone, then I also don't want them to be like raising my kids with me.
Yeah.
So we're all saying that love is conditional is the end of
Yeah,
Yes,
oh, 100% agree with
absolutely.
that.
Monogamy is overrated. 3, 2, 1.
monogamy is over.
Monogamy is overrated.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say. I don't know. I guess it depends.
Come on, man, get over here, get your butt over here. You know you belong here. At least
I know. We're like,
Think about it.
I
we're
think
like
I would be
second.
Think about it.
disagree.
We're taught from the Disney, all these fairy tales, it's like you're supposed to be with that one and only, so it's very frightening to break something traditional, but after like a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice. I've been in the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3 years with my primary partner, as well as my 2-year anniversary with my secondary partner. But it's like,
Bro got 2 hoes and I only got 1 right now. That's crazy. Wait.
You're supposed to be with that one and only, so it's very frightening to break something traditional, but after like a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice. I've been in the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3 years with my primary partner, as well as my 2-year anniversary with my secondary partner. But it's like,
See, I don't know. See, I'm monogamous. I'm monogamous because bitches be stressing me the fuck out. How do you deal with 2 different women, bro? Dealing with just one, oh my God. Sometimes.
I do think that monogamy
that's always
is
been
kind of
monogamy
overrated. I don't think
thing.
that there's anything wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But I do think that non-monogamy and poly relationships should be something that it's looked at as an option.
I think nowadays I know more open relationships than I do strictly closed relationships
Yeah.
with the people that I know. I would say I disagree that monogamy is overrated, but I do agree that for some people like yourself, poly relationships work better. So I don't look down upon them. I think whatever works for you works for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
But I can
Yeah.
still
Thanks.
say that for someone like myself or people that are similarly just very focused and have strict kind of I just can't ever, oh my God, I could never imagine more than one
It's a
person.
lot. It
depends
takes
on
a
the
lot.
person.
Nah, trust me, yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't think monogamy is overrated. I think it depends on the person, and I think for me, it's definitely not overrated.
Facts. And plus, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be completely honest. I'm not an insecure nigga by all means, but I do not I would not like my girl talking to any other dude. I don't know why. Just something about my girl breathing the same air as other men that roam this earth. It's just something just bothers me. I don't know. So I feel like I had to be monogamous because it can't bother me that much if I'm anything other than monogamous.
It's the only option. For you, poly is like the right way, so it just depends. I'm completely non-judgmental. I think it just depends.
I just want to say, I don't mind monogamy, right? I just don't like a controlling relationship where it's completely like, no, you can't f nobody else, but at the same time, you want to f me once or twice a month. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know, me and my ex was together for 5 years. I actually broke up with her in April, but for 2.5 years out that relationship, we was barely f***ing. We're like maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Then I moved her in the crib, and then when I moved her in the house, for the whole first year of her living in the house, she just didn't want to have sex.
That's right.
Now we had an agreement that we had agreed on where we could do various things that we just didn't want to know about and stuff like that, right? And because you wasn't me and stuff like that, I was handling the agreement, like I was following the agreement. But because there were certain things that wasn't necessarily 100% out there, that created complications in the relationship to the point that it ended up to us breaking up.
I think it's definitely like it has a place, like for certain people. Like obviously we have 2 people who are like very religious here, and it works well for them. And I just think like if I was in an open relationship, I would go crazy. Like even when I'm in like a normal relationship where it's like I don't expect them to cheat on me, I'm still like.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Overthinking will fucking kill you, bro.
Like it's
Suspect.
yeah. So I just like if I can't imagine a world where I would agree with that. And also before I had like loved someone or like dated anybody, I was like, oh no, I could totally be in an open relationship. And then I actually did, and I was like, oh.
Are you
Never
a very
mind.
sexual person? Just curious though.
Like kind of.
Kind of.
Sure.
She's like, yeah.
So if your partner was very sexual too, and he's like, baby, like I want to be with you, but you always just shut him down because you ain't in the mood.
I don't. That's like never happened.
Oh,
I don't
well,
think.
okay, but I'm just
like I
saying,
just feel like that's like not. That's like personally for me not an issue. But also,
Alright.
I don't know. I think that would definitely be a conversation if there was like an imbalance. But also, I think there's different things that make people compatible as partners, and that's definitely one of them.
What he's saying is the cry of many men today is that they're not getting enough sex from their partner. And not just sex, it's not like men are like, oh, I'm heartless.
That connection.
But listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex. And people get married and then fuck around.
She
It's
said
like,
that perfectly. She said that perfectly.
Well, okay, but I'm just
like
saying.
Imbalance, but
enough sex from their partner. And not just sex.
and that's definitely one of them.
But listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex. And people get married
Yeah,
and then,
she said that shit
Listen,
perfectly.
men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex.
I
And
agree with
people
her.
get married
I
and then
agree with
fuck
her on that. I
around.
agree
It's
with
like,
her on that.
just don't get married then. And stay.
'Cause I've been there. If you don't treat a bitch right, she's not gonna want to fuck you. And honestly, I feel like it's also the same for men.
Stay like this boy, dates and anniversaries every
Y'all two are my people. I swear to God. Y'all two are my people.
Next month is his 1-year anniversary with partner number 3. Like, just, you know what I mean? Just be out there doing your dates. And does that make sense?
By the end of the day, nobody should dictate your relationship because everyone's gonna try to push what they think works for, this is what's best for you. Like, I'm over it. I'm like, why? So I can be frustrated and pissed off and like, I've tried it. To me, it did not work.
I want to take perspective because, Christian, I'm going to take perspective that's a little away from my biblical views. And no disrespect, but I do think polygamy is just laziness.
Not polygamy.
I think
This is polyamory.
No,
Polygamy is when it's multiple wives,
Polyamorous.
just one person.
I see that as laziness, that you don't want to commit to someone in the hard times. Like you were talking about a little bit about, well, they're not getting fulfilled sexually, so why not find it somewhere else? Yeah. Why not just do the hard work to work on your relationship?
I agree
so
with
that you
Ooh, I
can
was
get
ready
that
for this
pleasure?
question.
And
No.
I mean,
I was ready for
there's such a emotional, there's a psychological just importance in being with one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pair bonding.
So then why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
why do we have such a high divorce rate?
Why are people still cheating? Why is open
Because they're not, because our country, I think, is lazy.
No, he got that. He got him with that too. Because even if some people, you just realize they aren't even for you.
We don't want to have these psychological, well, they're not getting fulfilled sexually, so why not find it somewhere else? Why not just do the hard work to work on your relationship?
agree
so
with
that you
Ooh, I
can
was
get
ready
that
for this
pleasure?
question.
And
Oh,
I mean,
I was ready for-
there's such a emotional, there's a psychological
Yeah.
just importance in being with one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pair bonding.
So then
Yeah.
why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
why do we
that-
have such a high divorce
Why do
rate?
why are people still cheating? Why is open
Because they're not.
Nah, he got him there, bro. As why not just stay and work on a relationship, and then bro
Because our
rebutted
country.
with why is there such high divorce rates? Yeah, he kind of got us there on some real shit. Hey, people be cheating, leaving, and bro, I'd be scared to get married, bro. I'm not gonna cap.
In being with one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pair bonding.
So then
Yeah.
why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
why do we
that-
have such a high divorce
Why do
rate?
why are people still cheating? Why is open
Because they're not. Because our country, I think, is lazy. We don't want to have these hard conversations.
So
of-
then, if he's saying that the country itself is lazy, and he's saying polyamorous is lazy, basically everyone's
maybe
lazy
we
or
should go to
polyamorous.
therapy.
then.
Maybe we should try to get help because we love one another. It's like
But it's not. But he's saying work on your relationship. Sometimes it's not even just work on a relationship. Sometimes you just feel at a certain point, damn, this is really isn't my person, and it doesn't have to be, oh, this person sucks. Oh, this person blows. Sometimes you could just feel the vibe and just realize this is not a vibe I want to be with for my life. You know.
Or
I
even
can
to
go get
talk
this.
about it. Period.
Yeah.
Just to talk about it,
So,
right?
so me and my ex, we actually did couples therapy because again, we was barely for like 2.5
Uh-huh.
years, bro. We went to couples therapy. Next thing you know, everything was great for like a month, and then one day she just blew up. She said, "Man, I still don't feel like you this, and that." But like she went in, bro. You know what I mean? So at the same time, there was a point in my relationship where it really just came to the point like, baby, I love everything else about you. You know what I mean, right? This area sucks. Are you still attracted to me? She said, yes, I'm still attracted to you, right? Well, here's the thing. If you just don't want to have sex with me, right? Go f somebody dudes. I don't give a
Yeah.
Let's have that conversation, right? Because I get everything else I want from you anyways. I was open to the idea. I want to be with my woman, but if you don't want to do this, I'm fine just
Yeah.
Yeah,
being on the same page.
I mean, I understand the importance of sex, but there's self-sacrifice in every relationship you need to make. If you're happy with her and everything she had, but you also have a value on sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
But the thing was, did I want to go look for greener grass, or did I just want to water my own grass? I just stuck it out for 5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes there's like one thing that's not.
What did bro say? He said.
But you also
Wait,
have
wait,
a
what did
value
bro
on
say?
sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
But the thing was, did I want to go look for greener grass, or did I just want to water my own grass? I just stuck it out for
He said that I want to go look for greener grass or water my own grass.
5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes
you,
there's
I
like
heard
one
you,
thing
bro.
that's not there, and that sucks. But it's like if that, especially if that other person, that's something that they prioritize. Like personally, if my partner was like, oh, like I love like everything about you, but like this is not compatible, and they wanted to go sleep with other people, like that would make me feel so bad about myself.
And that's why
Like, I
you
would
do what
just,
works
like-
for you.
That's, that's what you do.
Well,
what
I'm
works
just saying
for
like that's like a compatibility issue then I think, because I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I don't know how she feels, but if I were in that scenario, I just like that just would make me so sad, even though it's like it's none of your fault that there's that imbalance.
The comments gonna talk so much shit.
Yeah, they-
right. Bro,
They're gonna be like, he's a
the day
slut,
I
he's
broke up with
awful.
my girl, bro, she told me like I won't say everything. The day I broke up with my girl, she said, man, she's like, I just be counting down the days. Like we had sex in like 12 days. I gotta go have sex with y'all. Otherwise, Ashley gonna get mad. You know what I mean, right? And I'm hearing all this and shit, right? You know what I mean? So she said a bunch, and I felt like I had to break up with her, right?
Yeah, no, that's
did not
definitely-
want to. I felt like I had to.
Yeah, that
Maybe
would definitely
that's
take a toll on you.
That's I think all this goes back to clear communication, because if I don't think that cheating means that polyamory would actually be the solution to that. I think that it goes back to your values and
Yes.
what works for you. And I think that I would maybe venture to say that more people might be poly than are exploring that right now. And still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all what works for you.
I would date someone in this room. 3, 2, 1.
What? I don't know these people.
Surprised he was over here. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, I was like,
He's already said what to do
Like, if
anyway.
the energy is cool.
You just have to have a pulse, and we'll go out with you.
that's not how that is.
Perfect example, right? Like Janelle, she got good energy, right? Now imagine Janelle might be the coolest person. Next thing you know, you start getting to know her, she might be crazy. You'd be like, then you come over here all of a sudden.
Generally, the few people I've been attracted to, they look like Tim Burton dolls or just like weird goth
Tim Burton?
people. Yeah, just like weird goth people. So like, it's just coincidence. It's very rare that I see these people. So it's not a personal thing.
Sir?
My girlfriend would kill me, and
Respect.
I like to think I'm pretty picky, so.
But am I not your type though?
You got me feeling some type of way now that you say it. I don't know.
Now that you said
So
it.
you my good side?
Okay.
You're about to go stupid.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, for me, beliefs are extremely important.
She's blushing.
I mean, I ain't trying to get all flirty, but you are also very gorgeous.
Please send us a wedding invitation.
But no, beliefs are very important within relationships. I think
Yeah.
I look into, obviously I have a desire to be a husband and one day be a father, and I think if you have difference in beliefs, it's very hard to raise coherently.
Absolutely.
I think that just is extremely important.
Hi, good job. That was so fun. Thank you. You're so fun. You're so sweet.
Like a good game line.
That was, can men and women just be friends? What do y'all think? What do y'all think?
Father, forgive me for you know that I'm always sinning. I take no much, it's probably in my liquor fucking number system. Excuse my language, that's a hang up on how shitty I've been feeling. I'm sorry, I feel no